I'm Mike Balsamo, the U.S. law enforcement news editor for the Associated Press. Over the last few days, we've seen extraordinary depositions and text messages come out laying bare what happened behind the scenes at Fox News after the 2020 presidential election when President Donald Trump lost to President Joe Biden. At the same time, we've seen one of Fox's top hosts, Tucker Carlson, trying to rewrite history after the January 6th insurrection at the U.S. Capitol. Here are some takeaways of what we've seen over the last few days. One of the most significant findings released in those documents in the case involving Dominion voting systems was News Corp chairman Rupert Murdoch admitting under oath in January 2021 that the 2020 presidential election was not stolen. This comes despite the fact that guests on Fox News, along with some hosts on those networks, had been promoting President Donald Trump's baseless claims of election fraud. A trove of text messages was also released as part of the document dump in the lawsuit involving Dominion voting systems. Some of those text messages shine light on some Fox News personalities, particularly a kind of extraordinary moment from Tucker Carlson, saying that he personally hated Donald Trump and that he hoped the network could ignore him. Despite that sentiment in text messages, what we've seen is Tucker Carlson trying to rewrite history about January 6th, the attack on the U.S. Capitol, in the last few days on his program. Carlson and Fox News have had access to more than 40,000 hours of video provided by the House Administration Committee, Republicans on the House Administration Committee, and Republican House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. This video footage was provided exclusively to Fox News, and what we've seen over the last few days is Tucker Carlson releasing snippets of that video, snippets that the Capitol Police say were specifically cherry-picked to appear that officers were not fighting back against protesters who had made their way into the building. Carlson's segments appear to be part of a Republican-led narrative to try to rewrite exactly what happened on January 6th. This comes obviously after the House January 6th Select Committee released an extensive report and several hearings that laid bare exactly what happened during the attack on the U.S. Capitol. It's important to note that this was a riot that was aired live. This was something that was documented not only by, live streamed by those in the crowd, but also rioters themselves had been posting on social media that they were participating in this insurrection, that they were entering the U.S. Capitol, and that they were supporters of President Donald Trump, and they were there to stop the certification of the election. Lawmakers on Capitol Hill have had strong responses to Tucker Carlson's segment. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer has said, this was one of the worst segments that Fox has ever aired. We've seen mixed responses from Republicans, though, on Capitol Hill. Some Republicans stand behind the decision to release this footage to Tucker Carlson. The House Speaker, Kevin McCarthy, has said, people should watch the footage and decide for themselves. But the Senate Republican leader, Mitch McConnell, says that it was a mistake for Fox to air what they did. We don't know exactly where this will lead. We don't know whether Tucker Carlson will air additional footage. His team has access to more than 40,000 hours of surveillance video from the U.S. Capitol, and it's not exactly clear where the Dominion voting system lawsuit will go. We do know that defamation suit is ongoing, and we're continuing to see releases of text messages and depositions that show exactly what was happening behind the scenes at Fox News, both after the 2020 presidential election and then up until and after the insurrection at the U.S. Capitol.